Free Library. I do a lot of STEM programming for adults and STEAM programming for adults. Right now is our 3D printer. We have 3D printing on demand for the general public, as well as usually classes every other month for 3D design when we're not doing robotics. So if you need printed out, coming by, 3D printing, STEM, STEAM, you name it, we're here to help. Go to our website, EdenFreeLibrary.net, and there's a list of all our classes.
Great, and I see you have some lovely ladies at the table with you as well. Is it okay if we introduce these ladies?
Sure, why not? Hey, my name's Janelle. I'm a library assistant here. I help out with a lot of the teen programs and a lot of the STEAM and STEM activities.
Do you have one of those?
Sure, so we have 3D printing workshops for teens, and then starting in September we'll have 3D printing workshops for adults. We also have a whole bunch of robotics programs for teens and adults.
So the library got a 3D printer about, was it 3 years ago?
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years ago. So there's kind of this movement for libraries to start getting involved in the maker movement. So we really wanted to be a part of that. So we ended up buying a 3D printer, and we're about to buy our second 3D printer. And we had kind of heard that libraries didn't really know what to do with a 3D printer once they got it. So we were like, okay, how can we introduce this thing to the library and not just have it stuck in our closet? So we basically decided we were going to have this big event to introduce the 3D printer.
And what's the name of that event?
The STEAM Expo! Yay! So that was what happened today, and it was wild and huge.
It was huge. How many exhibitors showed up today?
I think we had about 20 people, 20 exhibitors, and we think there was at least about 1,000 people that came through, so a ton. And I think it was even bigger than last year, and last year was overwhelming for us.
I feel like we got it down a little better this year.
Right.
Like there's more people coming and more people know about it, so this is the third year that we've done it, so we're hoping again just to do it again next summer in middle of July, just to make sure people are really hot. Well, people are around in Newton, like something that people think, oh, people in Newton always go away over the summer, but our library is bumping.
Always.
So this year we tried to get some different exhibitors that we had from last year. So we had a blacksmithing forge, which was awesome. We had these Destination Imagination, which did grape crushing, which was super fun. And a lot of different startups as well. So people that have invented stuff that they're trying to get off the ground, so they come. And then of course we have the local high school that comes by, their first robotic team. And then we had some returning people. We had the New England Optical Society, where they teach people about how eyes work. Local maker Kevin Osborne, who's very well known around the community, that does tons of programs for the library and is super awesome. He brings all of his crazy inventions that he does. And then other little organizations like Einstein's Workshops and MPAL that have a bunch of stuff that kids can do during the summer, like camps and stuff like that. So it's just to try to introduce people to these local makers that are making stuff and inventing things, and also to make them aware of all these organizations that they can join and participate in, to try to encourage kids and adults to join the maker movement and to try something new, learn something new, specifically within the STEM field.
Now you guys said there's this maker movement. Tell us what the maker movement is all about.
So it's really about getting your hands dirty. We are really, so part of like what we're thinking about as a library too is there's this idea that, you know, this kind of old ideas of you go to a library and you get a book and you learn the information, and it's this very like transactional relationship. And now we're trying to really shift that into thinking more of a library as more of a kitchen. So where you can go to get those ingredients, but also be able to make it, also make connections with other people that are here. So there's so many times where we're witnessing like relationships being built and, you know, testing out ideas on equipment, and so that's really even where we want to be heading, to try to do even more of that and really provide a space for people to get connected.
And give people the opportunity to try these new things that they may not be able to because of maybe they don't have the income for something like that, or they don't know where to start. So this is where they can come just to try something, get their hands dirty,
Not
even if
everybody
it's,
can buy a 3D printer.
No, clearly not everyone can buy a 3D
and not
printer.
everyone can even really learn it on their own. They need a catalyst to get them going, and so we have these things that can get people started in even something like knitting and. So really basic crafting stuff as well, up until like 3D printing and robotics and coding and stuff like that. So we have tons of different stuff for all age groups. So adults can still learn this stuff as well.
Oh, Sarah just did the best workshop. It was so cool. I was like, I want to be doing this. It was a book. We took an old book and you cut out a hole in the middle, and then they planted like little miniature like cacti and succulents. Like made these little, it's like a little miniature garden in a book. You had like a ton of adults.
Yeah,
come to
and it was
that.
great.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Do you have to live in Newton to participate in some of these activities that are hosted by the Newton Free Library?
No, not at all. We're on Meetup, and so if you wanted to see what type of programs we have for adults, we have the makers at the Newton Free Library on Meetup, so you can join that. Anybody really from Massachusetts can come to this, and we've had people from all over Arlington, Somerville, down on the South Shore and everything come to our programs.
Wow, you're from the South Shore?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That means you guys are awesome!
We like to think so.
Absolutely. Now, this event was huge this year. When is it going to happen again next year?
So I just looked at the calendar, and I think it'll be July 15th. We try to have it on the same weekend every year, and it'll be the same time, 1 to 4. We had 20 exhibitors this year. We'll probably hope for a little bit more. We're kind of hitting our limit on tables and space and everything, but
It gets a little crazy.
and it gets a little crazy for everyone involved. But we want to try and make it bigger and bigger. So we're hoping
Yeah.
that next year will be just as popular and just as big.
Oh, absolutely. Now, they probably want to know where to find you guys. So, what's the website?
Website is newtonfreelibrary.net. You can find all of our events online. You can always give us a call. Our phone number is 617-796-1360.
We even have an Instagram.
We even have an Instagram
Wow.
account. So
What is the name of the Instagram account?
at Newton Free Library. And you'll see a bunch of, I run it, so you see a bunch of my programs on the Instagram account. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, everywhere you can expect. We're on Pokemon Go. We have a Pokemon Go stop.
So people stumbling into the library, like running into things.
Yes.
All right.
So always check online. We'll have tons of stuff online. We have newsletters we put out, flyers all over the place. So keep an eye out. You'll find our information somewhere.
Great. Now, I don't think you guys said your names. So, who are you guys?
So I'm Liz Rowland. I run the Teen Services Program.
I'm Sarah Levine, and I run the adult programs for STEAM.
Great. Well, you two are awesome. The program was awesome. We had a great time.
Good.
And thank you for making it such a fun event. You guys rock.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Coming.
Bye-bye.